Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to Auburn Redemption. Okay, if you really have to get so nitpicky about it, Auburn Redemption. Okay, fine. I'm not changing the name. It's really good alliteration. But it's Auburn, which is classified as red, which means I get to be a redhead. Stop calling it brown. How many times do I have to say it? Yeah, so Paige, where the fuck is the company, right? Did you quit? Is it gone? Are you even still trying? Sorry that I haven't been quite great about updating about things when it comes to that, because at this point I am just so beyond frustrated, and you know, maybe I just suck and maybe I'm incapable and whatever. I guess I'm just gonna have to work through it if that's the case. But for all of you wondering, especially those who've come into my very occasional streams and only want to know about the porn company, well, I'm gonna tell you what happened and why it's not out yet, because it was supposed to come out. I mean, really, it was supposed to be out in like October, and then it was supposed to be out in November, and then December, and then definitely January, and then latest February, and then now it's April, and it's still not out. And the problem is that it's actually like, it's pretty much done. It's been pretty much done. By pretty much, I mean like 85%, you know? Most of the big stuff is there. I mean, I have the porn, I have the marketing plans, I've had the money mostly. I mean, I could use more, but you know, I've had like the developers, and why isn't it out? And I hate talking about it, because then I end up saying, well, if everything goes right, it's gonna be out within a month, and then it's not. And I guess this is just how startups be. This is just the nature of shit. I thought it was just gonna be a lot easier, and it's not. So, long story short, the best way to run something like I'm trying to run and be able to scale quickly if I were to get a large influx of traffic is to run it on the cloud, run it on Amazon Web Services, who, by the way, very specifically says in their terms and conditions that they don't care about porn, just don't put kiddie porn on it. I'm not kidding, like, go read it. So word up, Amazon. Basically what that means is, like, I don't know how many of you, a lot of you should be gamers, right? So let's say a small indie developer launches a multiplayer game. Usually, if they don't have enough server space on their own, with their own servers, right, people might have trouble logging in. They have trouble getting into the game or whatever, because they just don't have the bandwidth. The reason for that is because those companies are trying to spend as little as possible while they grow in order to maximize profits so they can reinvest in the company and grow better, etc. So it would be better for them to have like cloud options. I mean, I don't know how games work. I'm just throwing out something that maybe you can relate to, so you can understand what my situation is when I explain it more. So I was like, man, this is porn. It might actually get a lot of traffic. I don't know, but it's possible. And if it does, I don't want it to like crash the site or something. So when I originally hired my lead developer, who's really, really good, really busy, and has a lot of obligations, but really good, I was like, I want this to be scalable. I want it to be able to grow quickly. I don't want to hit any like snags, because the nature of porn is like, it might get just tons and tons of hits out of nowhere, right? Especially if I put a link through Pornhub or something. So he's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. Let's put it on Amazon Web Services. Okay, so this whole time we've had like the back end done, and it was on Amazon Web Services, and then it finally came time to processing. I can't even talk. To processing the library of content that I've, you know, accumulated from the various studios who signed with me. And what that means is, for example, if you're watching on your phone, you're not going to get a 1080p video on your phone data plan like that. Like mobile phones, most coding on most sites will stream the video to you on a mobile stream, like I think it's like 420p or something. It'll still look really good on your phone, but if you were to put that quality stream on your monitor, it would look like shit. So a lot of these players can detect what kind of device you're using and then auto play the right format. for the stream. That's just how a lot of streaming works. That's how Twitch works, Amazon Prime, Netflix, like whatever. And on top of that, you can also go into your quality settings and change the settings usually. So you can select like 720 or 1080 or whatever. And depending on, oh, I'm on Wi-Fi, I want to play it on 1080, or oh, I'm out and about, it's kind of like spotty, I'm going to play it on a lower quality so it doesn't freeze, right? So for people to be able to change the quality of the stream, which is a necessity, I can't just have only a 1080p stream. For people to be able to do that, we basically have to store all those different versions of the video separately, so that like if you select this quality option, it pulls the 1080 option or the 720 option. And when I have something like hundreds of videos, I can't go through myself, right, and like convert every single video to every single format individually on my own computer. It would just be such a clusterfuck, right? So that stuff needs to be able to run in the background. On top of that, most of the content that has been sent to me from studios is still in DVD format, because in porn, when they do video on demand, they think of like a DVD, like they're selling you the Avengers, and it's not, it's porn, but they try to sell it to you as the Avengers, so they send it to distributors as a movie. I don't want to sell like that. I want to sell the individual scenes in the movie separately to appeal to a wider variety of people who might not want everything else in a porn compilation DVD, okay? But so I try to ask, you know, studios and stuff to send me the individual scenes, but they're like, no, we're not going to do, that's like a lot of work. This is how we have it stored. You know, some sites can send me the individual scenes, but I'm primarily going through like distribution agents, I guess, and they work with all the studios themselves, which makes it a lot easier for me to get a lot more content from a lot more variety than if I were to go to every single one individually. Also, lots of studios don't like dealing with distribution, which is why they deal with these agents, so they only ever package the scene once, put it on, give it to the distributor, or, you know, put the individual one on their own site. So anyway, it's just kind of a clusterfuck. So I have to do 2 huge computing processes in order to deal with the video content. Number 1 is splitting the scenes. So if they send me a 2-hour movie and it's 4 scenes, I want that automatically split into 4 scenes and then sent to processing for media converter, which is converting to the various formats. And, you know, normally people would just have to edit that shit, but I have a badass machine learning guy. What's up, Jason? And Jason wrote a splitter, and the splitter can auto detect like when there's a fade in or fade out in between scenes and just split the content for me with machine learning. It's magical. But that's a computing process, so you have to use like computing power. So another I guess similarity or something to draw on is if any of you know about cryptocurrency, right? To farm the most cryptocurrency, you need a lot of hardware. Some people got little mini data centers basically in their basements right now farming cryptocurrency. I don't know if it's still happening or if that's still a fad or whatever, but that's why graphics cards for like high-end PCs shot up, because everyone wanted to use graphics cards to farm cryptocurrency, which by the way still applies here. We're using Titan 5s. So the way we had it set up though is I was essentially renting the hardware to run these computing processes from Amazon. The second process being converting to all the various formats, if I didn't say it already. And we're talking about like a pretty big library of content, like hundreds of terabytes here of dealing with that. I mean, eventually petabytes, but like right now, you know, not quite. And we built it all up. The developers implemented the splitter, then they implemented the media converter. So jobs were basically coming from the video storage and getting run through the splitter and getting correctly, shockingly, split into their separate scenes. And then they were getting funneled into the media converter processing, and then they were getting converted appropriately and then put into like a final destination folder that can be used to associate with the database IDs. So, you know, the video database gets connected to the Mongo database with a video ID, and then the Mongo database is the one that stores all the information about the stars and pricing and actors and actresses and tags and whatever. And then the front end just kind of uses an API to connect to the database and pull all that content on the fly as users browse the site. What's up, CTOs? Fuck with me. No, I'm just kidding. I have a very high level abstract understanding of this shit. I don't know the nitty gritty, so don't give me too much credit. Anyway, so that was great, okay? It was all going perfectly according to plan. And once all these jobs processed, I was gonna be able to hook it all up to the main site, which already has a lot of content on it, just not the actual videos. And then I was gonna be able to launch beta and then be, during beta, adding new content every day by processing myself or hiring people and stuff like that. I figured even if I only launch with fucking 50 really good scenes, you know, nobody likes it on day 1, it's just a beta, they can come back day 4 and see. If I launch with 5, to me it doesn't matter. The idea is just to get it out there. If it's got a small selection or a big selection, you know, it's more important that the selection is good quality, so I put what I thought was the best stuff I have on there first. And then, you know, I'm gonna be adding as I go. So I'm right now literally, like, the only reason the site isn't out is because 1, it hasn't been connected to the videos because the video jobs can't run, and I'm not gonna, I mean, I would literally have to be sitting on my computer for weeks to try to get all this stuff processed myself. Like, it's just unrealistic to do it myself, to like edit each scene and then export it and then process it through a media converter and then upload all that just for like 4 scenes. And at the end of all of that, you know, it just, that would take me 4 hours at least to do one job like that. So this has to be running on the back end. So, I mean, literally it started to run, like it was running, and we had a bunch of content out, and then I was hooking it up to the site and it was working. And after the first week of running these jobs on Amazon Web Services, just 1 week, my friends, $10,000, 10,000 fucking dollars, 10K. What the fuck, Amazon? I'm just converting videos. So, and this got me like 20 scenes, you guys. Like, it wasn't like 200. Like, I could just call it a day and be like, okay, I can't afford to process any more jobs for a while. No. And by the way, a third computing thing that needs to be done is the stuff that drives the recommendations, i.e. you search for butts and then we recommend you butts, and we recommend you the right butts because you also watch a lot of blondes. So we recommend you scenes with blonde porn stars with nice butts. That is all computing and machine learning itself. So that's a third thing that I need computing power for. That's also going to be costing me money when it's being done on the fly for each individual user. And I know none of us anticipated it was gonna cost 10K. Like, this was, Amazon is a very weird variable rate plan when it comes to that shit. And I was like, damn, I can't do this. Like, I need to be able to process content constantly. The site needs to be updated all the time with new videos and new content, and then I sign a new studio, I need to process all of that. Like, this isn't gonna work, what can we do? And then my Richard, my, you know, partner now, CTO, was like, okay, I mean, I can fix this, but we're gonna have to get our own servers, and it's not quite as scalable, but it's a good start, and I'm gonna have to rewrite 30% of the back end to hook it all up to the new servers and stuff. And I was like, well, do it. And that's what he's been doing for 2 months. Since all this started going down in like late January, early February. And he's done. Finally. Of course, this whole process, right? Like, people have problems or obligations, or someone's kid gets sick, or someone gets sick in general, or whatever. And so it's just the nature of development. Shit just goes way slower. Like, they're like, oh, it's done in a week, and it's still not done a month later. It just, I have no power to be able to be like, hurry the fuck up, because I'm not paying anybody enough for them to be like, oh man, let me do this ASAP. Like, you know, like, it's a startup with moonlighters, essentially. Even though my CTO is a partner, he doesn't have that many more obligations anymore. He did for a while, because I got him while he still was in the middle of contracts with other companies, right? So now he isn't as much, and so that's definitely upped the rate that things get done. But, you know, anyway, so as of right now, the only thing holding up the final beta is just getting the new servers implemented with being able to process all these computing jobs. It's going to cost me like basically nothing except a power bill at the data center where the servers are being housed. Yeah, I own servers now. They have a little rack and it's all like crazy looking, like a spaceship. Sweet. And so now the main thing we're waiting on is just my other developer to implement some of the stuff with coding and whatever to process all the jobs, and then I gotta wait like a week for the jobs to process on the servers, and then I can launch. No one wants it out more than me. I get daily comments and things of like, oh, you can't do this, it's not gonna happen, or some people think I'm like scamming people and like I took all the investment money and like ran. No, it's mostly gone though. It went into people and developers and servers, and probably a little bit of wasteful spending that I could have avoided if I was better able to judge certain characters I've let in and since kicked out. Yeah, no, I don't pay myself. I haven't profited in any way other than I've just been, you know, mentally blocked from everything else because of this startup, because I just feel like, I don't know, like it's just put a hold on my life until it launches. And it's like, I want to just go and stream World of Warcraft, but I feel like I'm gonna get judged because I'm playing World of Warcraft and not working on my company, when there's just nothing for me to do right now that actually helps it get done. There's just not. Everything I could do is like, if I want, I could sit there and watch porn and tag it. That's like what I could do right now to like contribute, and like I don't want to sit there and watch porn until I feel more motivated to which is when I can sell it. You know, I just like I said in my last video, that what I was hoping would make me more motivated to make more videos for you guys, and I was like, oh, I just want to do this, and you guys are mostly like, yeah, you should, and I just haven't, because I just feel just mentally and creatively blocked. Like I just want to be 2017 Redhead Redemption, you guys. And I want to grow again on YouTube, and I don't feel like I can do that just talking about my porn company, you know? So I don't know. If I would really, all of you who are like watching stuff about the company, waiting for updates, you know, or if you're a founder or investor, like I love you, thank you so much, but like, you know, if I make a video that's just like a funny rant or something, or like a gaming video, like just don't yell at me, please. Because maybe if I felt more like I could do that and not like upset everybody who's waiting on this project to come to fruition, then I think I might get a little happier about the whole thing. Because it just feels like this giant burden right now. I wanted it to feel like something I was like passionate about, and I was like, go, 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 and I was like that last year, and I got it pretty far as startups go. I mean, even my machine learning guy, Jason, who's been involved, has a lot more experience with this kind of stuff and development, is like, honestly, like, I thought that if it had actually gotten done by all the dates you wanted it to get done, I would have been shocked, especially with just remote developers. It's crazy that it's even gotten this far with how much of it is actually done. So I don't know if he's just trying to make me feel better. I don't know. But yeah, I was way more pedal to the metal last year, and now I'm just kind of I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I've just gotten disappointed so much that I have to just completely lower my expectations, and just me nagging or me asking for daily updates or me getting progress reports every day. I did that. It doesn't get done any faster. At this point, I'm leaving the developers alone, and I ask every couple days, hey, what's the update? All right, thanks. And I go and I play a game. And I wish if I was better with time management and like self-motivation, I would be like using all this time I've had to make like shitloads of YouTube videos and like grow this channel and stuff. But then I have my shitty excuse of being my mental block. So, you know, I made myself sit down and do this today, because once I actually do it, it's like the gym. Like, I like it. I like being at the gym when I'm there. I like being in front of the camera when I'm here. I don't like putting on makeup on though. So that's my major. I'm just rambling at this point, but yeah, I hope you get it. And I hope I can motivate myself more. I don't know, maybe if you guys just like blow up the comments, be like, Paige, we need more videos all the fucking time. I'm gonna give you fucking 40,000 views every day, every time you upload a video, because that's how much we want to see videos. I'm gonna click every single one every single time. Then yeah, all right, you know, I'll make more videos. But right now it just feels like, well, why? Especially when I mostly end up getting yelled at and people asking me where Vuli is. That's the update on where the startup is. I'm gonna go now and try to make another video, and I'm gonna wear the same fucking shirt because I don't give a fuck. Thanks for listening to my rambling, and I hope you kind of enjoyed my boring technical update on where the damn porn company is, and love you so much.